Hi everybody, I'm so sorry for the delay if you've been waiting patiently since 12:30. Well, I won't bore you with all the details, but it involved technical issues and my son getting his lunch. So as I'm right next to the kitchen, I thought I'll just let him deal with that and I'll wait a moment. But I'm really pleased I'm with you now. Hope everyone is really well. I've got some embossing paste to show you today, and the masks. I don't know if you've played with the masks before, but they are called Pattern Party Decorative Masks, and I'm using the little clouds today. Sorry, I don't know if that's too shiny. The clouds today. In there also you get these little diamond type shapes. A really nice big medallion. You could take just sections of that or do the whole thing. It's very impressive. Looks really nice as framed art as well. And the brick. So you can use your embossing paste like I'm going to today, or spritz, brayer, whatever you want to do with it. But they're great to have. And you just rinse them off, and then they're ready to go for another time. And just put that back to one side because I need that one. The other thing that you'll need are a little set of palette knives if you're using embossing paste. And they do come in a set of 3. I don't know which one really you're supposed to use, so I just grab whatever I like. I guess these are for smaller bits. And anyway, someone who's more in tune with palette knives might know which one you're supposed to use. I'm using this one because I just like it. And that's those. And then the embossing paste, we have a few versions. We have silver, we have plain, we have this glitter which I'm using. It's very sparkly and very pretty. Then the stamp set I'm using is Balloon Celebration. And I hadn't used it for a while, and I thought, do you know, I'm going to have a play with that because I just love the sentiments. You've got let us celebrate here in this little string, happy birthday, and then you've got come let us sit together and drink, and you can add hot chocolate, coffee, tea, champagne, and then you've got, and you can put and eat cookies, eat cake. I mean, those are all the good things, aren't they? So let's make something fun. And the first thing I will do is what I haven't grabbed is my pool party card. First thing I'll do is grab my pool party card. And my trimmer. Whichever safe place I've just popped that into. I've literally just used it. Here we go. I moved my scissors too because I just had a UPS delivery of nice Stampin Up things. So, pool party card, and I'm going to cut that on the short side at 10.5 centimeters. To one side, and then turn it and score it in the middle at 14.9. Now, I've swapped these blades around, and I need to be swapping them the right way around. I keep almost using the wrong one. It's fine when you emboss instead of cut by accident, it's just the other way around. That's a little bit annoying. Okay. So yeah, I'll do the embossing first, and then that can be drying whilst I do the rest of the card. So I guess I'll put that back where it was supposed to be, didn't I? So I'm just literally just going to lay it over the top. Just going to move that because my stand is a little bit in my way. Can you still see me? Yep, just straighten you up. Okay. And just lay that over the top up to the score line. That's about right. Oh yes, I just want to pop my bit of scrap underneath, otherwise I'm just going to end up getting a bit messy. Otherwise I'd have to change my grid paper to do the rest of the card. Right, there, that's in enough position for me. So I'm just literally going to take a bit from the pot and spread it on. Kind of holding it down whilst you're spreading it on as well, because you don't want anything to disappear down underneath. And you just use as much or as little as you like. Scraping that on. And you can play around, you can either have it just flat or you can play around with the texture as well if you wanted slightly more fluffy clouds. Almost there. Let's see if I can do a bit of a scrape. So pop the excess back in the pot. Make sure your lid goes back on firmly because you do not want air going into your embossing paste pot, because the next time you come to use it, it will be dried out. And then we'd have sad faces. Here, excuse me, I have a little bubble bath that my stencil is going to go into. My mask, I should say. Just lift that up. There we are, we have our clouds. We have a bit of texture there, and I'm fine with that. Just move that to one side for a moment whilst I give my mask a bath. And I'm using one of the Stampin' Up sponges to just give it a sponge bath. So if you've had children and you've fed them porridge at any stage when they were babies, and that dries like cement, so the same with this embossing paste. You have to be quick in wiping it off. Now, I'm not that bothered about being completely pristine, but I just want it to be serviceable for the next project. To one side, put my palette knife in there. And I've just got some kitchen towel I'm just going to pop that into. Just dry that in. Okay, move these bits out of the way. Just have a little dab. And that's cleared away now, ready to make the rest of the card. Now I think what I wanted to do, yeah, so here, I mean you could just go back over that. I guess is where the other palette knives come in handy. Depends how fussy you are. But you could scrape that if you didn't want it to be raised. And you could just fill in that little gap if you've got gaps, which I might just do actually. Rather than putting the mask back over the top. That is fine. I'm happy enough with that. We can go back over this bit. It's pretty much already dry, but I will carry on with the rest of the project. Put that to one side. So as I say, I'm using the Balloon Celebration set, and I've grabbed just some bits of scrap Whisper White to do my stamping of my balloons, and I want to have one big balloon and then two of the smaller ones. I'm going to stamp that in Smoky Slate. Now you've got a couple of choices. You've got a solid one, which obviously will stamp it completely the colour you want, or you can obviously just punch the balloons out straight out of DSP or whatever colour card you want. Or you've got the outline, and I'm going to use the outline and then fill it with these little spots. Because it is just a fine outline, please do not press too hard, because what happens when you squish too hard with this one, you'll find it will collect the ink in the middle there, and you'll get a splodge of ink in the middle of your balloon where you won't want it. It's just the gentlest of touches. I will just pop a spare one on because you just never know what might happen. And I'll put the smaller ones on a smaller piece. That's the punch. The balloons go in the opposite direction. I'll pop a spare. Balloon shape itself punched. Now I want to go in with the little spots, and that's going to go in Petal Pink. And let's do the bigger one. So just lean in a bit so I can see. That's fine. Let's do the smaller one, same colour. Spare. It's better, it's a little bit further down the balloon. So now for punching it out. So let's turn it this way for the smaller one. So with Stampin' Up punches, you hold it upside down, pop your card in and line it up, and then punch in a very very hefty punches. They work really well. So I've got arthritis and I can do it easily with one hand. And this is a big punch as well, it's not a little tiny one. Being a bit fussy with my borders there. Okay, put those scrap in a bin, and I'll do the bigger one. So I just need one of those. I'll just for a second pop my ink pad to one side. So I love this smoky slate with that because it almost looks like a pencil line. I'm trying to keep this whole thing very soft looking. So I think what I'll do is I'll stamp my sentiment as well now. So let's grab another piece of scrap. And I'm going to do it slightly the other way round in that I'm going to punch out my label shape first. Again, let's just do a spare. So my sentiment is gonna fit pretty much exactly in it, and it's going to be smoky slate again. It's going to say, "Come, let us sit together and drink," and I'm going to use the champagne. So this, I mean, it will fit, but you're going to have to be, oh, see, that's why we always have spares. Let's just turn it over. A little bit of ink on my fingers. Not the first, won't be the last. So I may need to just lean in a bit so I can just put it down. Sorry if you can't see exactly. Come, let us sit together and drink. I should really use this, my piercing mat. That gives you a better impression with photopolymer. So now I need my champagne sentiment. Now where the C and the E sort of swirl around, I'm gonna almost frame the words above with that. Okay. I think I might re-stamp that because I don't like that little line there. Yes, I am fussy. It's better. There is no line now. Okay, it's better. Get rid of that one. So that's all of the stamping, all of the punching. It's now this time to assemble the card. So let's see how our clouds are doing. I think we're good, aren't we? See if you can pick up on the sparkle. It's very pretty. So my 3 balloons together, I'm going to need some dimensionals for this bit. So I want to have one balloon kind of there, one there, and one there. Then my sentiment is going to go here, but I'm also going to need some string. So I'm using the Petal Pink and silver baker's twine. Now you know I brought my scissors over. Oh, here we go. Seriously. So just cut some pieces of that. 3 for the strings, and then I'm going to take another piece in a moment for the. I'm going to tie it in a bow. So my dimensional is going to have 2 jobs. They're going to hold 3 jobs really. They're going to hold the balloon and the string, and also raise it up, raise the balloons up. Now I'm going to put 4 on, because you need to make sure not only is it grabbing the string but also sort of in between the clouds. So it's really quite glittery now, and glitter and adhesive aren't really good friends, so you have to work around that. I'm just laying that over the top. Pop it down. Oh, it's a bit higher actually. These balloons are reaching for the sky. Not in the sky, they're in the clouds. So let's do the next one. So I might be better off with a mini dimension on either side with this one. Peel that off, stick into me. Our next little balloon. So let's pop the last one on. String of twine. Oops. The right way up. We don't want an upside down balloon, do we? It's not the best. You can go about there. So to make sure that's. Oh, I might need another one on the edge there. Just missing. Put in a bit further. There we go. The balloons are on. Now I'm going to take another piece of the baker's twine and tie it in a bow. Straighten your strings out a bit first. Kind of bunch it up where you're wanting to go. It's like a skipping rope. Okay. play with that, make sure it's where you want it to be. Adjust the bow. Going to tether it down with a glue dot in a moment once I'm happy with the position. Find the right end of the bow, haven't we? Okay. So I'm going to glue dot that now, and then I'll trim those off. Give it a bit of a haircut. Just use my piercing tool to lift that glue dot up. There we go. Now it's time for a little trim. Scrape that bit off. Okay, and then the last piece on the front is the sentiment. So that's going to go on with dimensionals again. Good enough place. So that's the front. I'm going to do some stamping for the inside now. Let's grab a piece of Whisper White. And for the insert, I need that to be 10 centimeters. By 14.4. And I have clear a bit of my mess away. So I'm going to use the And Eat cake. So we're drinking champagne. Sitting together, we're drinking champagne, and then we're going to add some cake. Because why wouldn't you? So that's just going to go in the middle. I think this works either for a friend you haven't seen for a while, or as a party invitation, or a birthday card. I think it's really good. So now I'm going to use this circular spotty piece. Just from the same stamp set. You can see it there. You can also use this stamp set from dandelion type shapes. So I'm going to go back in with the petal pink for a few random shapes. Just to decorate the inside, and of course you want to do this on your envelope as well. So another one. Give that a clean, and I'm going to go back over with the smoky slate too. Now, good chance to go over the bits you've missed. There, that's the inside. Let's pop that in. Snail. There you go, one glittery, embossed, pretty balloon card. So decide who you're going to send it to, who you want to drink champagne with, or tea, or coffee, and eat cake. And there's even a biscuits one. You do all of them. Do whatever you like. Just take care of yourselves. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.